In this video, we are going to look at how to update or edit a data object via Zapier. So we have our data object here, and we're in the initial call stage. So let's say, for instance, we want to move this to clarity call scheduled, and that happens elsewhere in a diary booking system that we then want to come and tell the opportunity that that has happened. So we're going to want to move that value to clarity call scheduled, and we do that via Zapier. So let's go and have a look at that. So let's say this was a booking via Calendly or SavvyCal or any of those platforms. Now, one of the things you need in order to do this is the item ID for that object. Now, I cover in other videos how you can retrieve that, but let's just move on here. We have it because we've got this previous step in Zapier where we created the object, but you would obviously, depending on what your trigger is for this action, you would have to set it up appropriately. So let's go and add another step. And we go with Macanta again. And this time we are going to edit a data object. Choose our staging account and continue. So now we need the contact ID for the contact. Now I've got this in here from a previous step, so I can go and retrieve it from here. Exactly how you would retrieve it from a previous step depends on what your trigger is, but I can go and do that there. And then it also wants the data object ID, which I've got here from having created the data object. And then if I just go and find the right one from our long list, and there's our item ID is what we're after, item, and then we've got some details there. So we go and grab that, and I can then say, okay, I know that this is an opportunity, and that the relationship is prospect. And then I can just go in and I can go to opportunity stage and say clarity call scheduled. Okay, so now that we have that available there, that will then update. Now I can put in call info details, whatever you need, depending on what's the trigger behind this. But I can then go and say continue, and we can then run a test. That comes back green, and we can see that that has moved. So now if we go back to Macanta, we just go and reload those opportunities. We can then see here that status clarity call schedule. That's been updated from initial call to clarity call. And that is how you edit a data object using Zapier.